Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of 0 to 60 Crypto, where we bring you up to speed in your cryptocurrency adventure. So today we are going to start from 0 miles per hour with everyone's favorite question when they first find out about cryptocurrency. And that is, what is Bitcoin? Well, to be able to understand what Bitcoin is, we have to understand why it exists. First off, it came about after the Great Recession of 2008. The stock market and the housing industry and banking sector just plummeted, okay? And an anonymous cryptographer saw his government or her government just print their way out of the problem. And when I say print, I mean just create money out of thin air. The US dollar isn't backed by anything. A lot of people think it's backed by something, but no, it's really just backed by thin air, backed by promises. One of the things is you can invest in stocks in your 401ks, and that's all great. I'm totally one for the free market. I believe that it gives a lot of people opportunities if it's truly free. However, when the government prints a bunch of money and bails out companies, that's not exactly a free market. That's a safety net. And to me, the fit do not survive. So with the printing of money, they basically allowed these banks, real estate companies, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, all these bad decisions were just unpunished. And Satoshi Nakamoto, which was the pseudonym for whoever created Bitcoin, could be a team of people, it could be just one person in general. They got fed up with it. And they decided, hey, you know what? There needs to be something better than this currency of the dollar, the euro, because over time, your wealth is decreasing. If you look at it, take a comic book, for example. You have prices on comic books. They go from like 10 cents, $1, $2, $4. It's the same item. They're releasing brand new when they have the price tag on the front. What makes it worth a different amount? That is inflation. This is the purchasing power of a dollar, okay? It's gone off a cliff. And if you look at it, just think about how much milk cost 20 years ago versus how much here. Look at the cost of living indexes. It's terrible what's happening, but you can invest and really hope that you make the right decisions. But as you get older, you're going to want to stabilize those investments and even them out, and you're going to go into more conservative investments like stocks and bonds. They don't change that much. They're not that volatile. Well, guess what? Your cost of living's outpacing your stock portfolio. You're not going to have a very nice retirement. And hopefully this never happens where you live, where I live, but we could borrow ourselves into hyperinflation. One thing you want to take note of is stop blaming different political parties. They're all to blame, okay? I don't care if your president won or lost. Doesn't matter to me when it comes to money, because this is from 1990 to 2020, both parties in office, and both parties are to blame. So that's our public debt. Okay, this is why a lot of people buy gold, but I'll get there in a minute. This is how much cash it costs to buy a chicken. It's probably a lot more in Venezuela right now because the hyperinflation gets worse and worse. Lebanon had this hit it too. Hopefully it's not going to hit where you live, where we live. But it brings me back to another question is, what about gold? Why not? It's been around for thousands of years. It's precious. Well, if we start mining asteroids for gold and everyone on Earth is a billionaire, it's a Fox News article, then why is it so special to be a billionaire? Is it that precious of a resource? Like, how much do we actually know is in the ground? You could say, well, we're not going to be mining asteroids anytime soon. True. Okay. Those poor souls in Afghanistan. How much gold do you think they could carry when they're leaving their country? And the amount that they could carry safely, how long do you think it lasts them? So if stuff really goes down, if you have a lot of gold, okay, you're going to be able to stay around and protect it. What if you need to leave? How much of it are you going to be able to take? Good questions to ask yourself. Some people say, whoa, nobody takes Bitcoin. Microsoft, PayPal, Home Depot. Home Depot? Yeah, they take Bitcoin. Overstock, Etsy, Whole Foods, Starbucks, Newegg.com. I bought computer parts with Bitcoin before. It's pretty cool. But Warren Buffett says it's rat poison. Warren Buffett needs to stay in his lane because most of his investments are tied up in banking. It's a big competitor to Bitcoin. Warren Buffett also famously didn't believe in Amazon, Google, Tesla. Like those companies are doing really bad. Stay in your lane, hombre. Oh, but it uses so much power. It uses about half the power of the banking industry. And you can look up the statistics. Everything that I'm talking about, you can go ahead and find online. But one thing that I want you to think about is you go into a bank that has a building that has a power bill to it. Also, you get a bunch of junk mail with a bunch of paper. How much energy does it take to deliver that mail and fossil fuel? Because USPS ain't green. Sorry to break it to you. Also, how much paper does that waste? Bitcoin uses half of the energy sectors that banking does. You could say, well, Joe, can't you get hacked with Bitcoin? Someone can hack your email, and if you save your password on your email, yeah, totally. Someone can hack into your phone, get your pictures where you've taken a picture of a seed phrase. But as far as hacking the Bitcoin blockchain, you can't do it. It's not worth the money to. It would cost about over $2 million an hour. And that's just to control the rewards that are distributed, which rewards are like basically people mine Bitcoin, they use computer processing power. And if you control how those rewards are distributed, you're still not going to come up with enough money to make up for the risk of risking $2 million per hour. The reward system isn't distributed large enough of a scale to be able to recoup that investment to make it worthwhile. So no, you can't really hack Bitcoin. It's pretty much impossible at this stage. If you would have tried to hack Bitcoin when it first started, yeah, probably could have happened because it wasn't as decentralized as it is. And think about it this way. Bitcoin is so decentralized, it's so vast across the world that it would be like breaking into over 1 million banks at one time. This is why it's so secure, and it's why it's a great store of wealth, as long as you can remember your secret key phrase. Some people have lost it. You've heard on the news where people are depressed because they would be millionaires if they had the keys to it. Don't lose it. Write it down, lock it up in a safety deposit box or a gun safe. Keep it protected. Okay. But think about it this way. If I have all my wealth in one bank and that one bank gets robbed, FDIC only covers me up to a certain amount. However, if I have all my wealth stored in 10 different banks, one bank gets robbed, that's 10% of my wealth gone. If I'm going to be all right, I still have 90% of my wealth. So that's important to remember there. Now, you may also say, well, can't countries ban it? They can try. No country has successfully banned Bitcoin yet. China has tried to ban exchanges, but they couldn't ban peer-to-peer interactions. And the peer-to-peer transactions were so popular in China that China just quit trying. And it became a tradable asset. If China can't ban something, don't worry about it. In America, we're not going to ban Bitcoin. No country that wants to have a competitive foothold on blockchain technology is going to ban the daddy of them all, which is Bitcoin. So, yeah, I don't see it happening. If they do, it's only temporary. That's what we've seen in India. It's what we've seen in China. It doesn't stick. Bitcoin, you can't kill it. You just can't. It hasn't happened yet. And when it dips, people just buy up the dip, especially corporations and investment funds. You see when Bitcoin goes down, large entities will scoop up Bitcoin at a cheap price, and the price will go back up. So hold on for dear life. HODL. Now, how do you get Bitcoin? Not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to go out and buy Bitcoin, but I will tell you, if I was just getting started and I didn't trust a cryptocurrency exchange, then work with something you do trust, like PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, all reasonable. However, if you want to actually be able to embrace cryptocurrency, be able to get up to speed on doing something with your cryptocurrency and maybe buying a larger selection of cryptocurrencies, then I would use something like Coinbase, publicly traded company. Coin is their stock ticker. Kraken, they have a banking charter up in Wyoming. They're really legitimate exchange. Great services too. And Gemini's online hot wallet, it is insured. Any dollars stored on Gemini, they are also insured. You may have heard of the Winklevoss twins. They created Gemini. They took their winnings from the Facebook court settlement where Mark Zuckerberg paid them out for their contributions for building Facebook that they didn't get credit for. Well, they built Gemini with it. They bought a crap ton of Bitcoin. They're richer than Mark Zuckerberg. I personally don't like that guy. I hate Facebook, and I love to see stories like that happen. Now, if you're going to buy Bitcoin, once again, not a financial advisor, but if you're going to get Bitcoin, okay? It's known as BTC. It's an orange ticker. It's rotated a little bit. It's off center. It's not Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Private, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. These are all like not the real thing. Okay, the real thing is Bitcoin. That is your digital gold. Now, if you want further assistance and you feel a little scared on setting up a exchange account, let me know. I'm here to help. Email me at 0 to 60 crypto@gmail.com. We can help you get up to speed. And if you want to be on YouTube, be on an episode, I can happily help walk you through something as long as you're comfortable with being on. We love being able to generate more content. I'd love to have you on the show, give you a free consultation to use for an episode. But if you want something private, email me and we can work out some details at 0 to 60 crypto@gmail.com, where we can help you get up to speed. Thank you so much. And on the road to your crypto journey, please drive safe.